Good morning, good morning. Buenos dias. You know who it is. The one and only voice of power, MC Bacon. Sunday morning. What are we doing? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Abiertos. I'm your man, the voice of power, MC Bacon, like I mentioned before. And we can't get this off party going on correct without the two main guys that are in this system here. So introducing first the one and only DJ Mendez. What up, big homie? What are you saying? It's Sunday morning. What we doing?
It's
What we
Sunday
doing?
morning, brother. You know what? I need to know. Straight up.
What's
What are you on?
on? You know what, man? It's one of those things where I woke up this morning, and obviously I'm always grateful to wake up in the morning, open my eyes, and see it today, and that's God's work there. But it's just one of those days when you wake up and you feel fresh, you feel good, and it's like, you know what? No matter what happens today, I'm gonna make sure it's a good day. You know what I mean?
Okay. But what do you want?
Nothing at all. Big shouts to natural energy. Just having that natural energy just to take on the morning the way I'm taking it on, and can't complain. The sun's out, beautiful outside right now, and it's only after 11 o'clock. What are we doing? What are we saying? Let's go. Who?
What? Look who's here. The voice of power and DJ
Nash.
Mendez.
What up, my boy?
Good. What you up to, man? Yo, you're pretty hyped today, man.
Yeah, I just saying, man. I just big shouts and salutations to natural energy, because like I was telling Mendez right now, I just woke up. I woke up this morning, opened my eyes, and said, "Hey, you know what? No matter what happens today, I'll make sure it's a good day."
That's it, man.
Gonna do some good energy. I had some breakfast, had some eggs, and I mean, so
nice.
scrambled up. And
So, did you have sausage and eggs or just eggs?
oh, just eggs. That's why I said eggs. Nice try, round guy. That's what.
With the side of sausage.
All I know is a man likes to have his huevos in the morning.
I mean,
it is what it is. To each their own, bro. To each their own.
Yeah, you can Twitch on your own too.
Yeah, that's it, bud.
You know.
Yeah,
So,
what's up?
Yesterday, I got to tell you guys something. I haven't talked to you guys about this, but yesterday I had the privilege of you guys know I don't like getting into politics, but I keep on being invited to all these political things, especially because I'm in Ottawa, right?
Yes.
So there was a protest for Venezuela, like 1,400 different countries, cities were doing different things. So we were invited, and I caved in. Okay. The cool part about going out there is I saw a lot of people I hadn't seen in a while, which is really nice.
Right.
But I got to meet Pierre Poilievre's wife.
Okay.
I'm not into politics. Y'all know this. I don't. Well, not that I'm not into it. I just try to keep away from it. I didn't even know she was from Venezuela.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Good-looking lady, very humble. The only thing I didn't, and you guys know how I am. I stopped by to say hi and introduce ourselves because we're from the radio and everything. Yep. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah.
My colleague here, he works at a different media source, let's say. Same treatment. And we're like, we don't want to ask you about your husband. We just want your feedback on Venezuela, like straight up. We're not here for political, Pierre Trudeau or what's his face, Trudeau or Poilievre BS. We're not about that. But neither of us are in it, which is funny. But it was nice to see, and I have to give it to her. It was nice to see that a politician's wife was out for something like that, supporting the community.
Mm-hmm.
Not just speaking about supporting the community, but actually out with the community, walking with the protesters, hanging out with the protesters. Different. I like that.
Well, that's good. At least her true self is coming out. At least helping her own country. She's Venezuelan. At least she's doing a protest for her country. You know what I mean? So that's okay.
I see that. That's okay.
It's
So,
okay.
being that we're inside pretty much the Hispanic Heritage Month, let me speak properly because I don't have any coffee this morning. Hispanic Heritage Month. I want us to do something
Cheers.
special this month. Yeah, make me jealous, Mr. Coffee. I want to start doing something every week.
Mm-hmm.
I want each one of us to bring something about some sort of Latino American country.
Okay.
Something cool, something unique about each country. Let's
Okay.
talk about something different, something positive. There's all this negative that we hear from every country, but you know what? There's always something nice.
Okay.
That sounds good. Why not?
Yeah, I'd like to do something different, something from the Caribbean, something from South Central, Latin America, not LA.
Sounds good,
Okay.
bro.
So
Mm,
just bringing that out there. Um, but a topic that's come up here a lot, and Nash brought it up to me this morning, um, and it's getting worse. It's getting worse by the day, by the week, by the minute. And it's not just a cultural thing anymore. It started as a cultural thing, and now it's expanded into a human thing, if you ask me. You guys are living in Toronto. Here it's starting to happen as well, but it's happening a lot in Toronto, where you're having landlords renting out a bedroom, charging exuberant amount of money for a person just to sleep in a sleeping bag.
yeah.
Living in a city like Toronto, living and being part of the community for as long as both of you have been, get this as indeed. How does that make you feel?
Bro,
Go ahead, Nash.
to be honest, it's pretty frustrating seeing that, right? Just with everything that's going around. Uh, First of all, crimes went up. A lot of shit has been happening, and I'm not saying this is a racial thing. I mean, this is just anybody that comes in and comes up with a different mentality, right? Uh, they don't get the point that I don't know. I heard this before even from my uncle when I was back home. En el país que estuvieses a lo que vieses, right? Meaning that wherever you are, you actually have to adapt to the rules or whatever the country, you know, gives, right? Like it's same thing. If I go to Cuba, I'm not gonna go there and light up a spliff because I know that's not legal, and I know I will get into problems.
Oh, come on, you know you
You know what I
want to.
mean? As much as I would want to, but I wouldn't do it, right? I like breaking, rules and whatever, but there's certain stuff that you can't,
Mhm.
right? And I think that's been taking a lot here. You hear that a lot, carjackings, a lot of just getting stuff that they get it so fast. Cars like exotic cars, bro. They're getting, and they're just crashing them, or they're just doing stupid shit. You know what I mean? And a part of that, a part of the crime thing, people do come and get like some sort of a degree. They go to college, but they can't afford a way of living because there's so much they're getting charged. You know what I mean? That they end up living what? In tents. You know what I mean? Living in a park. Meanwhile, they go every morning, they go to school, they go back, and they stay on a tent. Or there's people that they live in like 10, 15 people in one bedroom. Like, how inhumane is that? I mean, why doesn't the government? Yes, it helps other people, but they're not helping exactly who they really need to help. You know what I mean? They're here for a future. Why not help the future, right? But then they give so much to people that come in and they forget about their own people. So that's where I'm going at, right? Like, yes, okay, that's cool. We're helping so many people come in and out. But what about the people that actually need the help? What about the people that have been paying the taxes here all their life, working so hard, but meanwhile they don't get shit off? You know what I mean? We still have to get all everything done. Meanwhile, they get everything easy, and at the end, they get all the money. Work here so hard. Sorry, work so hard. They take it back home and they live good. Meanwhile, taxes go up, and we have to pay the taxes. It's just kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Something has to get done there. Something has to get more controlled, and that's my point of view again. So yeah.
No, like what I the way I look at it is, they've always had this slogan with the U.S. The land of opportunity.
Hmm.
And Canada has taken on that type of label as well, in regards to, yes, we are one of the most diverse cities in the world.
Yeah.
Yes, come on down, come to Toronto, come to Canada. We'll show you the better way. Meanwhile,
Spies. Mm.
meanwhile, you invite all these people in, throw bones at them. Here's the keys to a house. Here's a key to a car. Here's some opportunities to look for jobs. And you get some that jump on that opportunity, and then you get others that squander that opportunity.
Yep.
Now, it's safe to say that you want to lend a helping hand, no problem. You want to show that you're giving enough to invite people who are struggling in other countries and everything else for a better way of life here, but not letting them know, oh, by the way, Canada has a deficit of this and this and this and this amount of dollars. By the way, if you're planning to come here, you're going to have to do the necessary steps to get yourself to have a better situation here in Canada. So when Canada says, "Hey, we're going to give out freebies," and then fuck everybody else that's actually here, living
Hmm.
here, like Nash was saying, putting in their 9, 10, 11 hour days, trying to living paycheck to paycheck and trying to make ends meet,
Hmm.
it's not right. But then they want to complain about, you know, people in living in tents, homelessness,
Hmm.
and what leads to that. But at the same time, it's like, what information are people really given when they decide they want to come to Canada?
That's it.
And two, yes, I understand people are looking to change their or change their surroundings where they have to adapt and everything else. Okay, so adapt to the fact that, hey, when you come to Canada, you got to put in that work.
Hmm.
You can't
That's
you
it.
can't you can't just, okay, con- congrats, welcome to Canada. Here's this, this, and this. While, like we're saying, A, B, and C will look at it and say, well, how is it I'm born here?
Yeah.
I work for my shit and everything else and so on, and people can just come in, get everything that I've worked hard for
Hmm.
at, like, right, jump from the start.
Right. Right there. Yeah.
That's what causes all these different. I would say that's where ignorance starts to come in.
Oh
It's
yeah.
not ignorance to say that, it's ignorance out of frustration, because, oh, what, because they're better than us, that they get all this, while I have to put this work to get the same things.
Yep.
It's like all three of us. Let's say we're all working in at a job, same place. Mendez makes, say, $30 an hour. Nash, you make $25 an hour, and I'm the new guy, and I make 27.
Yeah.
See what I mean? That silence is
Yeah.
deafening, because it's like,
For sure.
right away, how is this new guy, whether qualifications or not, how is this new guy that's coming in is making more money than me, and I've been working here X amount of years, or whatever the case is, or whatever the scenario is.
No, and the worst part is, yeah, that's a big problem too. And another one that I seen a lot, like being in construction, is that what's it called? Is they charge less, so they prefer to get two guys for the price of one. So they get the one that they were paying so high off because they could get two guys. So now that's the problem. No, now we have less jobs for people that they're actually working, paying their taxes and everything. Now they're getting two people that they're paying, cash, and they're just fucking doing it for cheaper, right? So that's a big problem. And then it comes the job wasn't done right. this wasn't done proper, whatever. These problems happen after, and then they realize like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? That's one of the things that I've been seeing a lot in construction. They
Yeah,
just get like people that, oh yeah, you could work, cool, come in, but they can't do the job.
yeah, and at the end of the day, that's the construction company's fault because they're
Yep.
doing that in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Because you follow the script, you do everything by the book. Yeah, a lot of people don't do that, like to cut curves, and obviously, if it works out, great. But at the end of the day, don't complain about things not being done right because you wanted to cut short and make it cheaper, and then
Mm-hmm.
people that don't have qualifications or may not have all the tools and stuff to do the job right, and then complain afterwards that the job wasn't done properly.
That's true.
And that's just the bottom line of that, because to avoid anything being disrupted, come correct from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
That's whether it's in construction or any type of job. Like I've been a forklift operator for plus maybe 15, 20 years, and I've seen the ins and outs of being in warehouses, working in lumber yards,
Right.
and anything to do with forklift operation. Forklift operators make from a minimum of $12 an hour, depending on the place, to
Okay.
as 35, 36 an hour, depending on the place.
On the place.
At
Yeah.
the place, and for me, like I've been fortunate enough that I've driven multiple type of forklifts.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's a cherry picker, where it's a counterbalance, where it's the propane tank, LPG propane tank forklifts. I've driven them all. So my range of expertise when it comes to that, it would carry some weight if I was going into a job that needed an operator, because yes, the experience, the
Mm-hmm.
amount of the license I have, the
Of
amount
course.
I've driven, and so on. So yes, those qualifications I worked for. So to
Mm-hmm.
have someone who's fresh, bright-eyed, new,
Doing the same shit.
doing the same shit as me,
Mm-hmm.
more than me, that's
Mm-hmm.
again, does one get upset right away and say something? No. They let it sit, they let it sit, they let it sit until it gets to the point where they retaliate in a way that they end up losing the job because of the way they come across with it. And oh, what the hell? This guy's making more money than me. What the fuck? I'm gonna leave. All right, go. Because at the end of the day, no matter whether it's construction, any work, job, or life, you can be replaced.
Yep.
You can be
Everybody's just a
Work
number.
wise, we're so replaceable,
everyone,
man.
everyone's just a number. Like I tell, like for the, I started my first job back in 1997. Shout outs to Tuxedo Royale and Eaton's back in the day. Those are my two first jobs, and every interview I've had since that time, I've always told the employer this: the place where I'm going to be working, or if I'm working with you, you guys are not going to dismantle, go out of business, or just shut down if you fire me or I quit. So don't expect my life to stop if I quit or you guys fire me. For me, that's a bold statement to show that no matter what happens in this job, my life goes on. I always try to make sure wherever I'm working and everything else, yes, I put my effort in and everything else. Yes. Have I been fired from jobs? Yes. Have I quit jobs? Yes. But I make sure that I have a plan. And see, that's a lot what people don't take in, that if you have a plan when something happens, you're able to execute it depending on the situation, where whether it's you get fired on the spot or you have your 2 weeks or whatever the case is. And it's how you adapt to that situation, and makes if you can go on with it and everything else. And that's the key. That's been the key to my working life. I'm 46 now, and this job I'm at presently is the longest job I've had. 7 years. Other jobs,
That's blessed.
my other job I had, was 5 years, and then the rest were up and down, up and down. 6 months, a year, working with agencies, a couple of days, a month, a couple of days, a week, 2 days. It all renders out and falters. So
Yep.
if one has to go through that type of journey, like I'm using me as an example, and getting back on the topic, immigrants come in. They don't have to worry about doing the process of getting the work put in to earn yourself to get all this. Yes, I understand. The government wants to help immigrants come in and settle in properly. Great. You want to give them the opportunity to work? Sure. But giving them a house right away?
Yep.
Start them off with an apartment.
That's it. And yeah, and they don't get like small houses, bro. Some of
No,
them they just go crazy.
it's you know that there's a problem with like affordable housing, and the amount that it costs to buy houses, the cost of living and everything else. When you get stores like Home Depot selling build houses. I don't know if you guys heard of this. I don't know if you guys heard of this.
Yes, I did. I haven't seen them here,
Guys,
but yeah,
They
I
have them on,
did
they
hear.
have them on Amazon too. I saw this maybe about a month and a half ago. Actually, my niece, she actually brought it to my attention. She's like, I'm like, what? She's like, for $10,000, you can buy yourself a house. I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Where? She said, yeah, you go to the Home Depot. What? And then when I saw the ad, I even saw a post. Like there was a gentleman that I guess went there, bought the house, went to an open area, and built this motherfucker. And I gotta tell you, it was a good looking fucking house.
It wasn't bad, eh?
Everything, bro. But
That's so
when you
sick.
see this now, it's like, wow, is this a main solution for housing in the future?
Yeah, bro. A lot of and even that, a lot of people have been building like laneway houses, bro. Like attached to their thing, like the backyard. No more backyard. They just build
Yeah,
a house there,
yeah,
like it's small enough, like 2 floors, like a studio style, and they're renting those, bro. I seen that. I seen them a lot.
yeah, yeah.
So
That's
it's been starting. I've been seeing that a lot lately now. They have a big lot. Why not build something else? And they're renting that now.
so.
So
What do you guys think a solution to that problem would be? Would they have to go through a process to, if they're trying to migrate to Canada and we're inviting them in, okay, you got to do certain things in regards to getting the house right away, or to get that affordable job right away, because it just seems like, yes, they're coming in, so they have to have somewhere to stay. So where, I guess what I'm saying is, where does the line where is the line drawn in regards to, oh my goodness, these guys are coming in and getting whatever they want. But
mhm.
yes, they have to live somewhere, so we gotta accommodate them some way. So where does
So
where does the
let me ask you this.
uh
I don't want any emails over this. I'm telling you now. The three of us are immigrants. Our moms are immigrants. Okay, straight up. There's no other way around that one. Where's their houses?
Mm-hmm.
very true.
Where's my house?
Yeah,
Yeah, nowadays, bro, with the pricing, like it's gonna
No,
be
no, no.
hard for us to get even a house, bro. Like it's
My thing on it is all these people are coming into the country. Thank you. We have the place. We have the opportunity to help them. Blessed. It's a blessing. It's always a blessing to help.
yeah.
mm,
But where is my house? I've contributed taxes since I was God knows how young.
yep.
My parents have contributed to the tax system since they came into this country.
hmm
True, bro.
My parents have struggled. Your grandmother, your parents struggled. Your grandmother, your parents struggled.
Hmm.
Where's my house?
Yep.
You're right, bro.
Where's my brand new Lexus that the government's giving me?
Yep.
You
And
see,
that,
this is why I don't like talking politics. I try to keep away from politics.
yeah, it's understandable. And that's gonna be
I will go off, and it
that's
won't be pretty.
35. That'd be the $35,000 question going forward. Because this, I'm telling you, maybe a year from now, we have and we're still hitting these topics. We're gonna be talking about this a year from now,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same question because as as everything is advancing, this whole ignorant setup and question and frustration, all that is just gonna advance more
Hmm.
unless they decide to do something about it now. But
They need to do something about it. They need to.
yeah,
And if it's not going to be on a federal or on a provincial level, it should be a local.
Yeah.
I
Well, it
get
has
it.
to start.
Federal.
It has to start somewhere, right?
yeah,
There's, all these people that are renting out apartments or houses or rooms or freaking 10 square feet of flooring, because that's what it is.
yeah.
Why aren't they being fined? Why aren't they being taxed?
Well, because a lot of these people are renting those new condos, right? So what happened? And I heard that last time because I was working a condo, and we had a guy there that he's like, you know what? I'm gonna have to go. What's it called? This is my last month because I already been here a year, and they raised their rent. I think was 80% of their rent or something like that, bro. That he goes, I can't afford it. So I actually asked my friends that if I could go to their couches for like a good bit until I get my feet back on because I can't afford renting anywhere else.
Yep.
And of course, if he rented a condo, he's used to that living. So, I mean, getting back to the same living is going to cost him more. You know what I mean? Oh my God, so cute.
Oh, someone's making love to you. Oh,
Everyone, this is my furry son Kane. He's been he's been hearing the
Look
voice.
at Kane, yeah. Hey, Kane.
How about you? Good. Purebred American.
oh. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
That heavy breathing, does it remind you of the night you were here in Ottawa?
Wow.
Well, wow.
You really had to go there, huh?
Of course, it's expected. It's expected. It's expected.
Love it.
We'll leave that for another day.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I have videos.
Oh.
I have
Oh.
videos,
I'd like to see those, sir. Thank you very much.
and if anybody's interested, you can email me at info@radioperrico.com. They are up for sale.
On the market, 500 million,
Yo, I gotta buy a house somehow.
right? Funny guy.
Wow.
So
That's crazy,
I don't think he's the one that's worried. I think he's gonna be the other person who's gonna be
right?
worried about that video.
Right?
Oh,
Well, yeah. Like honestly, man, this is something like even like now Nash just touched the point. Prime example. I moved into the building here I'm at now back in 2017. Okay. I live in a bachelor apartment. Now, the size of this apartment is more than more than what I would perceive of a bachelor. When you walk into the door, I have the little hallway, separate bathroom, 14 by 14 open space, slide door balcony, and then the kitchen, which I'm pretty much like pointing behind there right now. I was paying 1,019. That's what I started with. Knowing over the years the different, I've always been in community housing. That's that's what I've been living in all my life. Right here, it's full market rent, just based on not based on income, not based on anything. Just that's what they charge. Right now, I pay 1160 over the 7 years because what I didn't know going in every year
What's up?
The landlords, depending on the landlord, the building companies, they increase the rent by a percent or two,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just every year. If I was to leave here today and somebody was to move in
Mm.
into this unit here, $1,900,
Yep.
and that's just a bachelor. When if
Yep.
you go on the if you go on the site and you look at the one bedrooms, $2,500,
Yep.
two bedroom, 3,000 something. They say
Yep.
oh, the the crisis with being homeless and being on the streets, it's by choice. But
It
you want to
used to be
say,
by choice.
huh?
Well, they're
It used
pushing you
to
to
be by
that.
choice.
You know what I mean? They're pushing you to that. Now,
Yeah,
honestly, like it's hard to.
yeah,
A
it's
lot of
hard
people have to
because
have like two jobs or so in order to keep going because
Just
everything's
to pay
so
rent.
expensive. It's so expensive
yeah, but
everywhere, bro.
like these governments know that Canada's in debt, and you know the people who are feeling the most is not the governments, it's the people.
Yeah.
It's the people. Look, why do you think they took away Ford took away paying for stickers for cars?
Mm.
Yeah, it's great. We don't have to register get stickers every year, whether it's a 1 year or 2 year. But all that money that they've saved from doing that or from cutting that, is it going to help build more homes or try to accommodate the people who are homeless? No.
No, because they're
It's going,
they're taking that and they put it taking us something
yeah,
else.
it's going to help pay the deficit that Canada's been in for eons of years, beyond my time, probably
Mm.
beyond all of our time.
Yeah.
And that's why it bears to ask that question: when is this really going to end? Because
Honestly, it's a circle, man.
I I
Yep.
remember as far as back in grade school, back in the '80s, for me, Canada's deficit was under $1 million. I remember that specifically because I remember my dad and uncle they were talking about it with my grandmother, and it was on the news, and they were talking about how, I guess that's when they start talking about uh what's the word, what's the proper word to use for this? Not infiltration, no, that probably wouldn't be it. But like the deficits and how they were planning to take care of that. And then when everything fumbled, they thought of new things to do, which not only affected the people of Ontario, but basically worldwide, if, in my opinion, because somehow Canada's problems are everywhere. Like every other country's problems is everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So do other countries mimic what we're doing, or try to find a way to either make an advance or decrease in how we're trying to deal with things?
But
I,
at
I
the end too, Canada tries to help everyone and gets up in debt. Like
Yeah.
a million here to Ukraine, a million here to this millions here, this.
yep.
You know what I mean? At the end, what? That's money from the country that is not even giving. We're the people from the country is not even getting it. Other people from other countries are getting it. So
Well, that's another
that's
thing that
pretty
you bring
unfair,
up.
though.
Since we're talking about all this immigration and all this other stuff and housing, and I'm sorry, but this topic, what I'm about to bring up, really, really, really gets to me. And I'm
Don't tell
getting
me it's the price of baby oil because it went up, eh?
it went up.
Yeah.
Poor beef Diddy.
Shit.
Poor Diddy. No, all seriousness.
Did Johnson and Johnson step down and see?
No, Procter and Gamble bought it.
My, my.
Hey, okay.
Paging Dr. Johnson.
Yeah,
Paging Dr. Johnson.
talk about what you're gonna say, because I want to go back to what we were talking about last week, because
So
this is
Okay,
this
go.
let
All
me go on
yours.
this one.
yeah.
All these mothers that come in here, immigrants in the late 50s,
Mm.
early 60s, work for a year or two, get a full pension plan, and then take off for 6 months. They go back home for 6 months and they're getting their money. Yo, I'm gonna get hate mail for this. But why are we allowing that to happen? Meanwhile, guys like you and I, by the time we retire, by the time our kids retire, there's not gonna be a pension anything. I'm paying for grandma immigrant that came in here 3 years ago to go and spend time back home in a war-torn country that she left and she ran away from. But now we're paying for her to be back there on vacation for 6 months.
Wow.
And she's getting a pension. Why? Why? Y'all trust me. Don't push me on talking politics and government stuff, man, because we're gonna go the wrong way. We're gonna shut down.
Canada's the land. They've taken on that U.S. label, that U.S. slogan. But you know what's happened? It's come to bite them in the ass. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Like I said,
don't get me started. But it's what it is.
This is not going to be a good conversation if we go down this road.
It's all Cacho's sons, bro. It's all Cacho's sons' fault.
So before we continue,
just to step off of this one here because man, I see Mendez turning to Hulk soon.
Before we continue,
Okay.
Yes, of course.
I do want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Mendoza Jiu-Jitsu Academy out in Vaughan, in the Maple area. Make sure you go check out Patrick Mendoza. If you have a youngin, if you have a youth, if you have a niece, a nephew, the niece or the nephew that needs some love, make sure you check them out. Patrick Mendoza will make sure that those kids feel loved, they feel protected, and they learn how to self-defend themselves. It's not always about having a weapon. It's not always about having the biggest fists, biggest muscles, or the biggest mouth. There's always better ways to handle it than having all these apparent weapons children are using against each other nowadays. And speaking of big children, if you're looking to get a new toy put on you, if you're looking to, get that new expression done on you, you're looking to continue being that unique you that you already know you are. Check out Ink by Blinn. They do all our tattoos here for the crew. The Voice of Power has a few of them done, a few touch-ups done, and even that artist, that special artist over by Ink by Blinn was able to get in the nooks and the crannies and all those nice little things that us bigger people tend to have. So make sure you check out Ink by Blinn to get all your tattoos, all your cover-ups, all your shadowing, all your shading, and that special unique design you want done. Now, with that in mind, mi gente, we've been talking about a lot of different things lately, and it's funny because, first of all, we weren't expecting the Voice of Power to join us or become such a huge entity like he is right now with us. But y'all brought up baby oil.
You got happy, huh?
Oh, I got happy.
You got
My happy is
happy.
more expensive though. Bro, how can that's like, bro? Why is that going up in price?
You know what it is? I haven't actually heard about that, but it's an entity that you like how you just mentioned an entity has just basically like these guys are capitalizing on what's happening with Diddy right now.
Wouldn't you?
If I'm a business, hell yeah.
Wouldn't you capitalize on being, the brand of choice for the freakos?
Right, but it's what they're looking at. Of course, it's when you like an example. You live in a neighborhood, okay? Let's say neighborhood block to block. You open up, you have a convenience store, but you sell the same items that they have in a grocery store. The next available grocery store is about maybe 25 minutes away. Either way, you go into that store, the guy's charging $6 for a 2-liter pop, $15 for a bag of rice. Outrageous prices for the items that you would get cheaper in a grocery store. You think You think because the fact that if you're in a, they say if you're in a low income area, that people are not willing to travel 25 minutes each way?
Yeah,
No, they're right
if you
at that
have the
store.
store close to you, you're gonna walk
Yeah,
it, right?
yeah, and they'll do it. That's why, like, there's people even in my neighborhood. They stores here damn expensive. Da 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 da. So yeah, but you don't want to take the time to travel to wherever you got. Yeah, you take the bus, take a cab, whatever, walk as you want. But because the fact the store is there, it's close, convenient. Oh, I go across the street, bang, back in my house.
Mm-hmm.
So that store owner will look at himself as a conglomerate because he knows he'll make business because one, he has no competition around him
Nope.
for 25 minutes each side. Therefore, he can charge an arm and a leg for
Mm-hmm.
whatever items that he has there because he knows people are going to buy. That's what I guess this whoever it was Johnson and Johnson is the oil that they confiscated from his house.
No clue. I don't want to know.
I don't even know, man.
But
I know it was
whatever
baby oil. Who knows if he was a
it is,
no name or he was like
yeah. But whatever
he was
company
maybe
it
it was Kirkland.
is, hey,
Hey,
it
for
does.
all we know, it's Gucci brand, bro.
And you would think that the company want to shut down because of the bad. Would you really say
No,
it's a bad rep?
no.
It's free advertising.
There you go.
That's it. It's
That's
free
what it is.
advertising one way or another. It's free advertising. So good
So,
for them.
So here's I'm glad we came back to this topic.
hold on. Here we go.
So
Here
just
we go.
just to elaborate on what I was telling you guys before the program started. Yesterday I had an event that I attended. It was a creator content party.
Okay.
Shout out to strangergirls.ca. Shout out to uh, Lex, the Tex Luthor, organizer of this event. He had a rooftop party back a couple months ago downtown Toronto, which was a huge success. This event was pretty much for uh, networking purposes, but there was a fashion show. We have photographers, artists, up and coming content creators sharing ideas, brainstorming about what the future is going to look like when it comes to different areas of how the word gets out,
Mm-hmm.
which I found very interesting. Now, it was at a different spot. It was a different location that I was at. It was like in a studio apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And so remember how we were talking last week about this whole thing with going somewhere and your first perception when you walk in.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and you guys are going to get a kick at this. I hope it doesn't come back to bite me in the butt. But when I got into the place yesterday, I walked up the stairs, heard the music, made the right, heard the music get louder, opened the door. All I saw was leather. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, listen. Listen. If I had the opportunity to call you guys when I walked in here and FaceTime you guys would have been laughing your ass off, eh? We're I walked in. You know me. I came in. I wore my Herschel jacket like the picture you guys have of me. I had that outfit on yesterday. Big shouts to my good friend Natalie, aka Fairween, an Egyptian singer. You guys are going to be hearing about her real soon because this woman, she like her voice, angelic. Oh, also shout out to YCV, an Italian rapper that I heard of that
Nice.
coincidentally knows about Querico.com, and not by me, not by me. So you guys have fans in a lot of places. So I just want to get that out there because when they brought that to my attention, it's like, wow, goosebumps. You know what I'm saying? Anyways,
Bless. Bless.
so I walked in and my perception right away was leave, leave, because it was just too close. It was just too close to home for what we talked about last week. And mind you, all I said to you guys was leather, right? And look, right away, you guys have exactly what I know y'all you guys are thinking, right? So the models were there. There was 15 models, 14 girls and one guy. Okay, went down the stairs, and I do, I do what I normally do whenever I go to an event. I introduce myself, shake hands, everything else, get acquainted with everyone, and then just sat down and observed. And fellas, I'm gonna tell you, one of the one of the most uh one of the most straightforward events that I've been to. The amount of content contacts I made yesterday, just because of the fact of the 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 respect factor of that each model had with one another, how they conducted themselves during the shoots and everything else. It was nothing raunchy. Like it was just, it was a retro theme. Everyone was professional. I met all the models and everything else, but it had the setting where you would think after everything's done, like everybody's gonna start fucking.
For real,
You
eh?
get that vibe because when you walk in, it's remember I don't know if you guys been to studio apartments
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
they have the couch there, they have the cameras with the backgrounds where they take the shots and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You would think a full blown fucking porno was gonna fucking start with these guys filming. That's the vibe I got yesterday, and everyone's
Bro, for all we know, once you left,
oh no, but what I'm saying is like it was so like I said close to home in regards to what you perceive compared to actually
hmm,
what
for sure.
you know what I mean. And man, like I wanted to share that because it was just like, wow, we were just discussing this, like, because one could have walked in there with attitude and said, "Oh fuck this, I'm out of here. There's no fucking shit going on. Oh fuck that," right? So yeah, it was just funny. I just wanted to throw that out because like like the perception when you walk into a place, well, it obviously becomes where do you want to stay or do you want to
Right.
go? And that's a prime example of what we were talking about. What happens when you walk in? Are you just because of what you see? Are you really just going to leave, anticipating that this is going to happen when it's your first time here? You don't know what's going on in here. You never heard of anything bad happening in here, so
Yeah.
you stay the course and go through it. And an amazing event last night.
I could
Amazing,
just see your face.
Bless. That's
amazing. Yeah,
great though.
I was like, man, I should have Facetime you guys. I tell you, you guys would have kicked the piss. You guys would have, oh my,
Same faces probably like,
what,
where is he?
bro? But that's just what it is, man. It's one of those.
You know what? To quote Tyrese, the three of us walked in at the same time. Y'all seen the Fast and the Furious movies, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You know the first one where he first comes out?
Yeah, yeah,
They get it, they hit the club.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that moment, one of us would have turned on. You bring a pen.
Yeah.
The fucking guy.
Right, right.
Hey, do what you got to do, right? So be careful when you're walking in these places, man.
Yeah,
You never know.
it's
Well, that's the
And the
thing that you
worst
have to
part
be
is,
with that mindset that you have to check everything you do, right? Like like all your surroundings, and
yeah,
that's yeah, man. No matter where you go, you have to check your surroundings.
yeah, man. hundred
So
percent. It's
so
it's it's one of those, man.
yeah, what's up?
would you guys turn around and rat your boys up?
What?
Would you rat your boys up? Just a simple yes or no.
No.
Would you turn around and if this is somebody you don't care for, but you got juice on them, would you spill it?
I don't think so. No.
What if
No.
it's somebody you don't like, where they've hurt you?
Yeah,
You let it go?
yeah.
Yeah. Like there's, bro. Unless there's something, and I'm being honest, there's something that has to do with kids, or they've done something with kids or shit like that, then you know what? I'm not staying quiet. Because if I know something like that is happening, no matter how close you are, bro,
You're just part of the problem.
yeah. So,
But
So,
our,
in that sense, but like, I mean, if you're my boy and you fucking cheated on your girl or whatever, and that's something that we had to keep it between us or whatever, something like that boys do, bro, that's different. But like going to that level that if you're my boy, you're my best friend, and you've done something so bad, I'm sorry, bro, but that's not for your good, for everybody else's. You know
yeah.
what I mean? In that sense, that's a whole different ballgame.
So I'm going to bring up two different characters right now,
All right.
since we're talking about baby oil and all this stuff.
Ooh.
January this past year, well, this past January, Cat Williams was on Club Shay Shay. I don't know if you guys have watched it.
Oh yeah.
yes, sir.
Okay, during the beginning of it, at one point, Shannon Sharp turns around and says to Cat Williams, "We're going to cut you off with the liquor because you're really going at people." Cat Williams turns around and says, "I haven't even started. I've only been sipping. You've had more than I have. So it's not the alcohol. This is reality. I'm letting it out.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, 2024, a lot of this is going to come to an end."
Mm-hmm.
That's playing. That's been playing on social media platforms all this.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I'm happy. I'm happy. By all means, some things have to come to an end. But would you go as far as 50 Cent is doing right now and sell your story, your documentary, your docuseries, as it's being called, to Netflix about Puff Daddy?
Okay. About that. Yeah. Bro. Whatever. He's making his money, and
Oh,
he's
yeah.
bringing him out like as he's supposed to. But have you heard Jaguar Wright said that whatever he's doing is just to take him off the game because he's the bigger monster?
It could be.
Why is he trying to take all these people out? But like I
What's
get it.
behind?
Like he's done bad, but there's also a picture of him kissing a white dude.
You sure it wasn't bacon?
No, that was a white girl, bro.
Hey,
Actually, I heard it was.
The,
I heard somebody has a thing for Peru. That's all I'm saying. That's all me
Jimpoon.
say. All we need to say.
I think the monsters are trying to cut themselves out
Mhm.
because like you just mentioned, 50 had beef with Diddy. Everybody's beefing with everybody, so
Mhm.
everyone's trying to cut the next person. So either they can say they did it, or it's one of those where their time is coming up because in the industry, like, you do the contracts, you have X amount of years to spend X amount of dollars, and during that process you got to do all these different things that we say. No one knows really what's in those type of contracts that these artists really sign, and or duped to sign or forced to sign or whatever the case is.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it's it's one of those where I've been listening to all this other stuff that's been happening with the artists like Jay-Z, Beyonce, and what and like with Diddy and 50 Cent, and it goes even beyond the mainstreams of hip hop, like, or music in general. And my whole thing is this: it's like, how are all these dots being connected without the proper lines to connect them?
I agree with you on that because how are you going to know so much without knowing so much?
That's
There
true.
it is. There it is. And it's funny. I saw a post 3 days ago. A gentleman put on there, like, why do you think everyone Is why do you think they're throwing this out to the masses that watch social media every day? Is it something to distract them from a bigger problem that's happening?
Oh, for sure. I think that's what's going on.
And apparently, if this is true, don't don't quote me on this or guarantee that's off of me. But the post that I saw about that, the gentleman mentioned that while all this is going on, that the masses are focused into right now, the CEO, the board of directors, and the whole management team of, I believe it's ancestry.ca
There's a couple of companies.
or one of those, they stepped down.
Bro, 200
Closed down.
CEOs stepped down
Oh
from
yeah,
their positions.
oh yeah, and that's including Nike. All these when I saw some of the people that stepped down, I was like, wow, former mayors or current mayors, like it's insane. But how does a DNA company just out of the blue just shut down? We're done. How is that dot connected to what's happening now? Or are we in for something bigger later on down the line?
So I'm down with what you're saying. Years ago, I don't know why some people are into these conspiracy theories things. Some of them are hilarious. Some of them make you go, huh?
Right?
But a while ago, I saw one of them, and he was talking about where people get these ideas for the movies.
Ah, okay.
Okay. And this is going back. This is like going way back when Men in Black was a big thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So I remember reading it because there was an article I was reading, and it made me think. All these movies, all these docuseries, all these soap operas. Where do they get all the ideas from? Imagination is imagination,
Reality.
but
Real
something's got to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
What are we being hit from? And it said it, and I mentioned Men in Black because in the movie it says, we're always fighting at this, we're always fighting at that, we're always covering something up, and the world never knows. So what is it that's reality coming around? Is the Illuminati having enough and starting to just cut people out? Is it time for, a certain genre to implode itself because of what its apparent leaders?
Yep. These are questions that will evidently
Remain questions.
For now,
yeah.
eventually answers will be given.
Yep.
Without us even realizing if we don't pay attention.
That's it. Stay woke, right?
That's it.
I don't know about the stay woke bullshit.
I'm not
real.
either, so don't
Be
worry.
real.
It ain't, but it's one of those things where like it's again just to elaborate what you said there, Mendez. It's you go outside, you're looking around. What are you really looking at? Is it just a perception of what you're supposed to see, or something totally different that we're not aware? We as a people are not aware of yet.
Mm-hmm.
So it's intriguing and interesting at the same token. So
Now we're coming to the end of the show.
uh-huh.
We didn't get to talk about everything we wanted to. We went off a bit of a rant on our past things. But for next week, I want to see if we can continue some of these things that we missed out on today because, well, they're important to us. We've made a point for them to be important to us. If you guys have any topics you want us to talk about, let us know. Send us an email, info@radioquerico.com, or you can hit any one of us up. DJ Nasty Nash, the voice of power, MC Bacon, or yours truly, DJ Mendez. Don't be shy. Let us know. We're here for you. We want to know what you want us to talk about and how you want us to act the fool. Because I've got
We
videos.
could do that.
We've got videos of us. We've got videos of each other. We've got videos of Peru.
Peru chimpu.
Callao.
Somebody was left Callao.
Ottawa, I'm coming back for y'all soon.
We got to get you back here. So definitely, there's a couple of topics. What do you guys want to talk about next week? Give me a topic so we start preparing for next week, fellas.
Yeah, next week. What's next week? There's a big fight coming up. So is it next week or no? In 2 weeks, I'm not so sure.
2 weeks is the fight, no?
Yeah.
Which one?
Pereira.
I know.
I think it's 2 weeks.
Yeah, there's a couple that's supposed to be going on. Next week, you know what? Here's something that I'll bring to y'all's attention. We can maybe just hype on for next week. When does money become money? I'll explain what I'm saying with that. They say when you have money, you feel you can do whatever you want. But when you don't have money, everyone says, oh, because I don't have it, I have to choose to do certain things to get it. When does money really become the root of all evil?
Yo, I don't think never, because fuck, no matter how much money you have.
Don't
Never mind, next week.
say that for
Part
next
I
two.
like that. I like that topic. I really like that question.
Next week.
See what I mean?
En Abiertos.
What about you, Nash? What do you think we should talk about?
Bro, you know me. I'm always into sports. I'm always in not really sports. Usually like anything to do with fighting, grappling. So nah, bro, that's it. And I mean, what's it called? The 12th, October 12th. I'm back again at Savosa BJJ, mixing it out for the open mats. So big, if you wanna come down and entertain the people while they roll, bless. That'll be great.
That's Thanksgiving long weekend too.
Yeah, that's on the Saturday. So if you're up for it, yo, bless. That'll be great.
You'll have fun.
I'm gonna kill it.
Well, another topic we could possibly maybe touch base on in regards to sports. Will they ever make women's sports an equal pay compared to men's sports? That's always something that's it's not something that's, well, it's brought up often, but at the same time, it's one of those things where women are being recognized in regards to sports that they play, and they feel that they should be getting paid, the equal amounts of money that the men obviously receive. And we'll break it down particularly into basketball because
So,
obviously.
do you know any girls on the basketball team?
Do I know any girls?
Hmm?
No.
Let's see if we can get somebody to come. One of the ladies, a local lady, to come in and talk with us on that show.
Yeah, that'd be hot. That'd be proper.
Set that up.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. Yeah,
because you know what, as men, we can advocate, but we don't understand it.
Yeah, loud and clear, bro.
I'd love to talk about that. Now, one thing there's two topics I want to talk about, and I'm letting you guys know now.
Yeah.
Just because my doctor's pushing it. One of them is a doctor, the other one's just I want to be haha. Shh.
Good Lord.
Well, nowadays they don't have to do it. They could do it to the belly, bro, like ultrasound. Yep.
Yo.
Well, sorry, bro. They're gonna
come up, bro. That's all I can tell you.
Well, just make sure that they don't have both hands on your shoulder, bro. That's it.
Hey, if I see fingers going like this and like this, I'm gonna say thank you, sir. May I have another?
Just bite your bottom lip and you're good, bro.
Experience tells, fellas. Experience
That's
tells.
what I heard. Because I have to go for mine too. Never mind. Yeah.
Just remember, I'm the youngest one here, so don't scare the hell out of me, guys. Okay, so one topic I really want to talk about is marijuana use for health, for fun, and as an addiction.
Okay.
It's a topic it's coming up more and more often, especially now that it's legal. But because of the amount of pain that I live in, I refuse to take pills. Nash, you've seen me go through it. My family sees me go through it, and my doctor's recommending that this might be a healthier choice.
Medicinal marijuana.
Mhm.
So that's something I'd like to eventually talk about.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we should.
Since we're in that topic, sorry to cut you off, bro. Another thing that I actually was wondering, the selling of alcohol in the stores now, right? Because I yesterday I went to buy beers in the corner store. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, is that gonna bring more alcoholism? Is that gonna bring more problems out there because alcohol is being actually bought in any corner store? Would that be more accidents, like while driving? So that's something that I actually was thinking about that yesterday, last
Yes.
night. So I don't
Yes.
know.
I think we should talk about that.
Most definitely.
One thing I want to talk about with you guys, and I want to see if we can actually go somewhere. The three of us. Now that we're three again. Meet up in Kingston.
Some tacos, yo.
Oh, definitely we'll go for tacos. Oh yeah. But
Mm, tacos.
one thing I'd like to do is, or invite you guys to come up here, or I'll come down there. This is a long term project.
Okay.
I don't know how much you guys are, and I'll let you guys talk if you guys want to talk about it. Spiritual entities, ghosts.
That was the
I
one I
love it.
talk about.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm into that. I like hearing about it. Don't take me to screamers or to Fright Night or whatever the hell. That's BS. Okay, that's BS. That's like man made. Let's go. Maybe not get into it like a lot of people do, but what
Honestly,
about?
I never was a believer in, you know, spirits and ghosts and stuff like that. But um, after my grandma passed away, there were certain things that were happening the first maybe 3 months after her passing that made me kind of want to learn about, not in depth, but it does exist because I remember mentioning the story at when we did the hot seat together, uh,
Hmm.
with you know when my grandma passed away in a nursing home, and I got there and I was holding her hand, and her hand was hot, and I just kept telling her, I love you, I love you, now you're at peace and everything else. The lady of staff at the front called me outside, not even 2 minutes, and then I came back in, held her hand again, and it was ice cold. Sometimes I'm
Mm.
here at home, and like my grandma, she used to get pressure right here between her eyes when something she felt was happening. And I find even sometimes up to recently, like whenever I do this, like I'm able to evade something that's happening.
Mm.
That's not that's not me. So I think my grandmother is here watching over me, protecting me from
Hmm.
certain things that I'm not realizing. So yeah, that's
Well, if
something.
we that's if we have a story that we could tell, then that'll be great too.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, man.
Mendes, if you have something else to tell, then that'll be good for another topic too.
No, we all have stories, my brothers.
No, trust me, I have a few.
You never know. Maybe we can bring medium in here with us and
I could work on that.
let us, you know, give us their point of view.
Should we do it for Abiertos or a special edition Abiertos?
I think
Yeah.
it'll be a special edition. Halloween is coming, right, fellas?
Then we could do something for that. There goes a special edition Halloween.
Bueno, mis
Abiertos.
amores, I gotta go. I gotta get ready. I have another interview to do.
Yes, sir.
My dangerous duo over here.
You know what it is?
Next
Speaking
week.
of power, catch me on every social media platform. You know how to do already. One and only DJ Nasty Nash, DJ Mendez. Yo, see y'all next week. Abiertos. Make sure you listen in. Tuesdays at 8 o'clock. Am I correct? That's how we
Yes,
do it.
Tuesdays, 8 o'clock.
Salud. Hasta mañana.
Bless up.
Take care,
Yes,
y'all.
sir.
Safe.
What?
Let's go.